Hello students, our lecture today is on the structural organization of the human body. This is in chapter 1 of your book. We start off at the smallest level. Here we're working, starting off at the chemical level with atoms and molecules. And from there we work our way up to the cellular level. And cells are the basic structural unit of all life. So then from the cellular level, we then work our way up to the tissue level. And then different groups of tissues will come together to form an organ. So we're now at the organ level. And then different organs will work together to form an organ system, such as the cardiovascular or respiratory system. And then finally, the various organ systems of our body work together to form the whole organism. In this case, the human body, which we'll be talking about in this class. Let's start to take a closer look at it. We start off at the chemical level. At the chemical level, atoms combine to form molecules. And in our class, we'll be working with what are called 4 biological macromolecules. These include DNA, protein, lipids, and carbohydrates. Those are 4 that you'll have to know. Then from there we work our way up. Molecules will come together to form organelles and our cells. And the cells, again, they are the basic structural unit of life. Cells will come together and cells will form tissues. So similar groups of cells will form tissues. And then different types of tissues will come together to form the organ. In this case, the organ we're looking at is the blood vessel. And notice there's 3 types of tissue that are working together to form the blood vessel. We have epithelial tissue that is lining the inside of the blood vessel. Surrounding that is the muscle tissue. And then finally, the outermost layer of the blood vessel is connective tissue. So different types of tissues work together to form organs. And then from there, different organs come together to form an organ system. And we see in this case, we have the cardiovascular system. And the cardiovascular system, it's including the heart as well as the blood vessels. So you have 2 different organs forming the cardiovascular system. And then finally, the different systems will work together to form the organism. So in our case, we have the respiratory and the cardiovascular, the digestive, the nervous, the muscular system, all the other systems of the body working together to form the whole organism. Let's work through them one more time. We start off at the chemical level. And again, the 4 molecules that I'll need you to know for this class are proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. And those molecules will interact, and just those 4 biological macromolecules, they interact to form the organelles and the cells. And cells, once again, cells are the basic structural unit of life. In this case, in this example, we're looking at the smooth muscle cell. And then groups of similar cells, in this case smooth muscle cells, all join together to form smooth muscle tissue. And so we're now at the 3rd level of tissues. And again, tissues consist of similar types of cells. And then tissues and different types of tissues will come together to form the organ. And in this case, we see that for the blood vessels, we have epithelial tissue, smooth muscle tissue, and connective tissue all being used to form the blood vessel. And then from there, different types of organs will form the organ system. In this case, we're looking at the cardiovascular system, and we can see that both the blood vessels and the heart work together to form the cardiovascular system. And then finally, the highest level is the organismal level, in this case, the human body, in which case several different systems, several different physiological systems work together to form the human organism. And that's it for structural levels of organization in the human body.